no joke. Brain hacker, so close, brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, no hope, life planner, no joke. Brain hacker, so close, brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. Speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. Dark blacker, dark blacker. Dark blacker, dark blacker. Life planner, no joke, brain hacker, so close, brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. Brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. No hope, life planner, no joke. Brain hacker, so close, brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. No hope, life planner, no joke. Brain hacker, so close, brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. No hope, life planner, no joke. Brain hacker, so close, brain scanner, deep breath, black adder. We step, speak grammar, skull cracker, bring death. No matter, mind state, dark blacker, dark blacker. Was spending trillions on ammunition, sort of suggest that you're in a position to help with the living conditions of those who are in it deficiency. Grant them admissions, a better positioning in it.
the answer, it's the problem. Growing up with nothing, something makes you want to rob them. So you watch the orders and learn the trade. Anyone will do anything if they're getting paid. You grab the weight, dish it out, wash your hands, wait about, run them down, knock them out, get paid, get out. Problem, rob them, 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 problem,
Recently wake you up. I didn't really want to, I just thought said, how about you asleep and getting some sleep and stuff, and I didn't really wake you up. Makes me feel a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. I could leave a really long message. I'll probably record it. All that kind of shit. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's really still outside. Like, there's a storm, but it's not wet anymore. It's really weird how quiet and still and calm everything is. And, yeah. Those are the times when you notice the sound of your, like, footsteps and stuff. I was thinking about how much I like the sound of tennis shoes on concrete all of a sudden. And, it's pretty sound. Especially when you walk, like, toe heel, even. It's just not normal, I guess, but it sounds prettier, I think, at times. Yeah, we can ramble there and drink things for a while, or we can just hang up and listen to the shitty radio and drive, or we could just listen to silence and drive.
Time to turn 15 minutes into the full 2 hours. This is Feed Me on Radio 1's Essential Mix.
Stage 4 of the Dance Music Marathon.
What's going on, guys? Today I present to you 20 things you didn't know about Diablo 2. Each topic on this list will have a link in the description below for more information and official sources. Number 1. Natalia. She is the first appearance of the assassin class in Diablo 2 before the Lord of Destruction expansion came out. She offers some weird advice that has a lot of mystery behind it. After the character kills Mephisto in the story, Natalia suddenly disappears.
My name is Natalia. I am a hunter of evil, part of an ancient order sworn to hunt down corrupted sorcerers.
Number 2. The Cow King dropping milk. When you kill the Cow King, he drops a large amount of stamina potions, making a reference to milk. Number 3. The purpose of the chat gem. On very rare occasions, a message would appear after clicking the chat gem several times that says perfect gem activated, and at other times it would say moo. Number 4. The second expansion for Diablo 2. Diablo 2 Salvation was a trademark Blizzard Entertainment registered in 2001. Most people assumed that it was an expansion pack planned for Diablo 2 to be released after Lord of Destruction. But this expansion pack for Diablo 2 was cancelled before going into development, and the Blizzard North team started to focus more on Diablo 3. But 2 new character classes were going to be in the new expansion. One of them was the Cleric. Number 5. Crafting quest items. Fellow Diablo 2 YouTuber Indirect has stated you can craft quest items such as the Herodric Staff into an axe, using a Herodric Cube recipe. I used this recipe myself to see if it would work, and as you can see, it is possible. Number 6. Lava skeletons. On rare occasions, you can see skeletons coming out of the lava in the River of Flame trying to hit you. Number 7. The real Deckard Cain. The name Deckard Cain is from a contest Blizzard held with PC Gamer magazine during the development of Diablo 1 in 1996. In 2011 on reddit.com, a user named Blueberries posted that his real name is Deckard Cain Elder, and the character in the game has been named after him when he was just a baby. He also posted a story about how his name made it into the contest after his father entered his name to be in the game. The link for this information is in the description below. Deckard posted an image of a letter sent from Blizzard employee and Diablo producer Bill Roper, and it also showed an image of an exclusive blue statue of Diablo that Blizzard sent him. This story has been confirmed to be true by former community manager at Blizzard, Bailshock. It's also been confirmed by David Brevik, the creator of Diablo, and he mentioned this contest at GDC in 2016. Number 8. 666 on the Den of Evil quest. In the Den of Evil, if there are fewer than 5 monsters and a fallen shaman resurrects enough fallen to increase the number above 5, the quest window will display monsters remaining 666. You can also check my Diablo 2 YouTube videos where I show this quest and this Easter egg being shown. Number 9. Guilds in Diablo 2. The guilds were likely to be a very popular addition to Diablo 2. Unfortunately, they were not finished in time to be included in the game. Blizzard made an announcement about why the guild halls would not be included in Diablo 2, and you can see the official statement from them here. Number 10. Diablo 2 Collector's Edition. The Collector's Edition of Diablo 2 is only available during the first release of Diablo 2, and 70,000 copies were made and sold out. 17 years later, this Collector's Edition is very rare to come by even on eBay. The current price for this edition of the game is between $150 to $200. Number 11. City of Damned Cathedral. The stained glass windows found within this dark cathedral are simply called an evil force. Though they are destructible, they do not drop any loot. More information about this cathedral can be found on Kane's Corner on the official Diablo 2 strategy guide website, the Ariat Summit. Number 12. Diablo 2 Blizzard Chat Avatars. There used to be a wide variety of Blizzard representatives that had chat characters to assist players on Diablo 2, such as the referee. All of these chat avatar characters have been removed. Number 13. The original purpose of the Diablo clone. Before the Lord of Destruction expansion pack, Stones of Jordan were highly duped by players. Blizzard added the Diablo clone so players would sell their duped Stones of Jordan to the merchants to spawn this powerful version of Diablo. Number 14. Stones of Jordan being used as in-game trading currency. During the early 2000s, before the Lord of Destruction expansion, Stones of Jordan were used as the in-game trading currency. For example, the item Wind Force was set at a price of 40 Stones of Jordan. Number 15. Diablo 2's unreleased music. Blizzard has a classic Battle.net music player that has unreleased Diablo 2 tracks, and it also features a rap song from Decker Kane. Number 16. Real Frostburn Gauntlets. In 2002, for the Blizzard Holiday Gift Exchange, an employee crafted one of his coworkers a real pair of Frostburn gauntlets. Number 17. Secret Rooms in the Monastery. The rogues were very careful designing the monastery, creating a series of secret rooms. More information and a guide on how to find these secret rooms is posted on the Ariat Summit in Kane's Corner. Number 18. The Azarath Sword. Dozens of unique items have had their stats changed or patched in the game over the years. The one item that stands out the most is
but in somewhat controversial circumstances by a goal for nil.
Well, the plus for Pogba is it goes down as a goal on his stats, which always looks better than a penalty.
His third goal in the Premier League this season. The previous two were penalties in the opening two games. Opening night here against Leicester, then in that defeat at Brighton.
That run-up makes me nervous, even before he's actually taken the penalty.
Oh, that's a lovely ball by Pogba. And here's Martial, he's built up a head of steam onto his right foot. Anthony Martial, back he goes to Pogba, crowded penalty area. It's going to be two, but it's offside. An excellent save by Pickford, and I think you're right, Lee. He knew he was offside. He stroked it, Marcus Rashford, into the back of the net, but he won't count.
He did. He was kind of. He didn't really want to look at the linesman because he knew when he put it in, it was coming. But great, this is a fantastic ball. That's a World Cup winners' ball. This committing defenders, and in the end he loads it back. And look at Rashford. There's no real excuse for that. He's got to get out of there. He can see that he's the last man in there. Just break your neck to get past the last man and back onside. That was a bit lazy from him. That's not like him because he's like a cat on a hot tin roof when he gets into the box. He's always moving around. On that occasion, just went to sleep, Graham.
He did, but that's where I like to see Paul Pogba in that position where he can make that sort of pass with his quality, vision, awareness. And again, Martial, we criticise him for taking a dive, but he looks sharp and alert, wants to run with the ball, and that's terrifying for defenders.
He's bringing Manchester United fans in this stadium to their feet, and there's been a paucity of that, perhaps, in recent years.
Yeah.
Nice to bring Chelsea fans to their feet. They're all trying to leave.
Look at Ashley Young down here in all sorts of space. The ball is slightly behind him, but a flick past Bernard, and he's adjudged to have fouled Bernard, who looked to just be stepping in his way, preventing his run, but it's a free kick to Everton taken quickly. By the way, gents, this is the 100th Premier League home game that Manchester United have played since Sir Alex Ferguson stepped down as manager. Rashford in the offside position again. Zuma won that one ahead of Fred, and here's Sigurdsson. Their win percentage here under Sir Alex was 75%. That has dropped since Sir Alex stepped down to 61%. Not quite the fortress that it has been in recent decades, but they lead here. And as we heard, Graham, towards the end of that Newcastle match, when these 75,000 have something to cheer about, this is a very noisy arena. Here come Everton. Walcott curls it in ahead of Richarlison and Bernard.
That's an excellent ball by Walcott. Good play, controlled football. And again, look at that Manchester United defence, how deep they get quickly. There's plenty of opportunity for Everton players. If they time their runs well, there's a lot of space for them to run into. And if the ball is a little bit better and the runs are better timed, they'll get themselves back into this game.
Not a bad record in the Premier League when scoring first under Jose Mourinho. They've done it 47 times. They've won 41 of them and drawn 6. 0 defeats. Pogba. Away from Gomez. Towards the byline. The cross comes in. Digne had to deal with that. He had Juan Mata coming in behind him.
Yeah, he should have had Juan Mata right on his shoulder, because that's the place he wanted to be. You've got to push in if you're the right-sided midfield player coming in from this side. The ball's on the left. Just put pressure on the fullback right behind him, breathing down his neck.
We're just lurking at the back post here. Floated in by Mata. Another excellent leap by Zuma. Shaw. Here's Pogba to Matic. He tries the cutback, gets a second opportunity. Dana did well. Wasn't a good clearance, it was just charged down. But Fred collects here for Manchester United. Look at that ball from Young to Pogba. Martial. And again. Rashford is there, claims of handball. Lindelof. From the moment, I think, Graham, you said, or was it you, Lee, that the first 15 minutes you used to come out here and face a barrage and it wasn't happening, United have done exactly that. Fred shoots at the crowd, he does so, and it's wide.
Why wouldn't you? If you're Manchester United coming here, why wouldn't you? And the only thing stopping you, I don't think that's handball. The only thing stopping that is fear. Because they've proved that it doesn't work sitting off, obviously, the Juventus game. The games where they've been poor here in the first half, it doesn't work. So why would you not go, okay, tell you what, let's do it the other way around. Let's put the team under pressure, start quickly, like Manchester United teams of old. I just don't understand the mindset. I know it's Jose Mourinho, and I know they might have the shackles on, but ultimately you've got to do what the opposition don't want you to do, and Everton want Man United to sit up at Old Trafford.
Ashley Young spotted that a mile off, and he's gone sliding in It looked like he won the ball initially. Digne down on the ground.
That's a good challenge.
Right, just look back at the Smalling. Is this any different than the Smalling one? Is that worse than the Smalling one?
Well, it's the momentum of Digne that takes him into Young from my point of view. He wins the ball cleanly, doesn't he?
But he's still tackling from behind. He's won the ball. He's gone through virtually the same as the Smalling one.
When you say tackling from behind, was it more towards the side? He was behind the player, but the tackle was from the side.
All right, or the side. You're launching your body in like that. There's no difference to me. I'm not saying they should be outlaw. What I'm saying is that the way the rules and the laws of the game are now, it's very difficult for any player on the pitch to make a tackle or generally attempt to win the ball, I think.
Matic tussling with Sigurdsson, who comes away with it. Coleman down the right-hand side. Cuts inside of Martial. Picks his spot. Diving header from Gylfi Sigurdsson straight again. From an Everton perspective at David De Gea.
Really, really good move. 5 players in the box from Everton. Look at them, blue shirts getting forward. They win the ball in midfield and then they're at you. And they're getting men in the box. And this, for him, you have to say,
wrong side of his man. There's opportunity there for Everton, and Manchester United need to get one of their holding midfield players to drop in those situations and give them a little bit more protection.
Just going back to that Young situation, it wasn't necessarily endangering the safety of an opponent. In that situation, if he was slightly off, it was excessive force, potentially. Although his foot was down low, it was a ball-winning challenge. Offside against Juan Mata, just on the modern interpretations.
But you see my point about that tackle and the Smalling tackle, where it's virtually the same. You can nitpick and say it's different, it's a slight angle change and one got more of the ball than the other, etc. But ultimately, the referee's decided one's a foul and a booking, and you know the other one isn't.
What I like about both of them is they both were fully committed, positive challenges that we haven't seen enough of from this Manchester United team this season. It goes back to what's expected of them from the manager, and it's very pragmatic approach, and that's not working. It's a team that needs to be released, given the freedom to get higher up the pitch and take the game, believe in themselves rather than worry too much about the opponent. They're good enough to overwhelm their opponents.
Here's Mata. And that will be a free kick. I've just got some fresh information here on the condition of Glenn Hoddle, the former England and Tottenham midfielder and former England manager. It's from his spokesman. Glenn, unfortunately, collapsed yesterday in a television studio in London after a broadcast. The flag's up on the near side against Marcus Rashford. And it follows as thus. Glenn remains in a serious condition in hospital after suffering a heart attack yesterday. He continues to respond well to treatment. The family are grateful to everyone in the football family and beyond that have sent kind messages of support. They are very much appreciated. Doctors have advised the most important thing for Glenn is time to rest. Therefore, his family have reiterated the request for their privacy to be respected during this period. So encouraging news, thankfully, on the health of Glenn Hoddle, a man that we see every Saturday on gantries around the country, and of course you two gentlemen have played for in the past.
Yeah, and, just reiterate that. A nicer, more lovely man who his life has been football. You couldn't meet. Absolutely gem of a guy, and knows his stuff. And I truly believe he should be still manager of a football club, but he's in the media now, and hopefully gets better very soon.
It was his 61st birthday yesterday as well. And by the way, what a player he was on his day as well.
Absolutely.
One of the greats. So encouraging news from Glenn Hoddle's spokesman. Here's Fred for Manchester United. Juan Mata, who's received a yellow card. Nemanja Matic has received a yellow card. We'll get more details on that. Here is Mata. Now Pogba. Rashford just tangling with Zuma as they enter the penalty area. Gomez tidies things up and plays it nicely into the path of Coleman, who'll continue his run here. Richarlison, plenty of purpose in this counter-attack from Everton. Bernard, Digne straining to provide the overlap. Here he is.
That was less good by Manchester United defensively. Smalling had an opportunity to follow Richarlison in, and instead he stayed where he was, let Richarlison get the ball in a dangerous area, turn completely without any pressure and continue Everton's attack.
Sigurdsson, Digne. So a yellow card for Nemanja Matic, and this is the incident.
Tried everything there, didn't he, to bring Sigurdsson down. Full wrestling mode.
Young almost left that short.
See that ball that got played to Rashford then? It was the only ball that Young had up front. Someone coming short. There's no alternative run from midfield, which is something perhaps United would ideally want. If you're centre forward and you're only playing one up front, he's coming short. There has to be another option, whether it's one of your wingers going in behind. You have to, otherwise it's so easy to defend against. You just follow the centre forward and get tight to him.
By the way, this is the first time that Marcus Rashford has started 3 consecutive Premier League games in just short of a year. It was last November he started 4 in a row. He's got 1 goal for United this season. He's got 3 for England. It's Rashford who's the furthest man forward there. What a ball that is by Sigurdsson to Theo Walcott. He drags his shot. No great power in the left-footed effort, and easy for David De Gea.
Lovely ball by Sigurdsson. Pace on it. Good first touch by Walcott. Sets himself nicely, but then off balance when he strikes it with the left foot. Comfortable for De Gea.
Just looking at Shaw, because Walcott left Shaw then as if he was standing still and falling asleep, and I'm looking at him now, he's got a proper limp on. So whether something happened before and he couldn't stay with Walcott on that particular chance, but he's still bending down, limping away. He's looking over at the bench as well.
That's curled out of play from Ashley Young. He just has a little chat with Fred inside of him. Those two engage in a conversation about why that ball wasn't passed inside.
Well, it's like Lee said earlier, Young gets his head up, he's got no option. Fred was behind him at a poor angle. You've got to offer an option as a well, when you're a fullback, you've got to have at least 2 options, because one of them is going to be less preferable. Maybe the angle closes down. And again, good point from Lee in the sense that if Rashford comes off Zuma's first instinct is going to be to follow him, and it's then up to a United player to fill that space. If not, Zuma can just track him and make sure that he gets the ball under pressure.
Well, there's no jeopardy. There's no jeopardy for Zuma to go. If I go in there, there's no questions in his head. If I go with
suicidal sick brain, blaming on my ADD, baby, baby. Maybe I should climb for help. Maybe I should kill myself. I'm blaming on my ADD, baby, baby. Maybe I'm a different brain. Maybe I'm a lesser name. So blame it on my ADD, baby. just burn away. You must excuse me, I'm just really not myself. Welcome to getting inside of someone else. I could care less than for your sitting from this way. Every time you speak my name, my image burns away.